Okay, whatever became of the headless farm rider?
No one knows. Some say he stalks Martinez to this day, and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight.
He makes a spooky gesture with his free hand. What is a spooky gesture? Like, is it just going, woo?
He won't, though, because it's just a stupid legend.
Mm-hmm. And yet we know that there's a literal 2mm hole in the world, so again, you can't just dismiss all these things straight off.
Aye, I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
I can listen to the tale of the Headless Farm Rider. Have you got any more urban myths?
I actually do have one. The strangest of them all. But I'll need to fortify myself before I can tell that one.
Sure.
Do you have anything to fortify old Doom Spiral? Tell me you got some story juice.
Don't do it now.
It's very hard to tell a story.
And then we'll talk to Rosemary.
The legend returns. You know the
And
deal, legend man. Smokes
Potent
smoking,
Pilsner.
Pilsner.
So I already
gets
have
drunk.
Potent
You've already
Pilsner,
cleaned
right?
me out of spirit.
So Potent Pilsner is the one I've got 11 uses of, is that right? 10 uses. Okay, well, sure, why not? Let's see how much it actually uses up.
Tequila.
Alright, Potent Pilsner.
Not much, but it will do.
He grabs the bottle from your hand and uncorks it immediately. It says item lost, so I think that's lost all 10 uses, which is not what I wanted, but... okay, whatever.
This last one is the most Martinet story I've ever heard.
He takes an almost comically long swig, thus fortified he continues.
I've never heard it mentioned outside of here. At first, I thought it was a joke, to be honest. But I've been on the coast 8, 9 months now, and in that time I've seen at least 3 expeditions come through, searching for something.
Cryptids? A place to call home? Your lost keys? What kind of expeditions? Cryptids?
Magic animals? No, man, this is serious stuff.
A place to call home?
No, Tequila. Most people already know where they live. It's guys like you and me that are the exceptions.
You lost keys.
Hey, hey! Fuck you, Tequila.
Okay, what kind of expedition?
All kinds. I've seen archaeologists, gangsters, even a bunch of ad agency types. I'm telling you, Tequila, this thing's got a pull on certain kinds of people.
Wait, what do you mean certain kinds of people?
You know, obsessive types. People with predilections.
What exactly are we talking about here?
Some of those expeditions come back after a week or so, looking haggard and dejected. Others don't return at all. The first time I saw one of these expeditions, I thought they were fucking with me. There was no way it could be true. It was just too high concept, even for me.
Wait. There's no way. It can't be. Or can it?
I'm not even sure I should be telling you this story, to be perfectly honest. You're in a fragile state, and it might be too much for you to handle.
I can handle it.
Okay, fine, I'll tell you. But I'm warning you, it's pretty out there. Our story begins at a legendary design studio, right here in Martinez.
Mm-hmm. Design studio in Martinez. I can see where this is going.
There was this designer. His exact name is lost to history, but in life, he was a legend. Made it big in Aranya, where he did some real pioneering work on grotesque and sans serif typography. A fucking genius, man. That is, if he even existed. Who knows? It's an urban legend, after all.
He existed, all right. You feel it deep within your basal ganglia. He was as real as you are.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about...
Anyway, sometime later he started his own personal studio here in Martinez. And that's when he started working on some really wild stuff. I'm talking some glass-smooth, forward-looking design language, the kind of thing that would totally overthrow the old regime, design-wise.
A paradigm-shattering revolutionary?
But then, something turned. You see, It's widely known that nose candy and pioneer graphic design work go hand in hand.
Wait, nose candy?
You know tequila, nose candy, the white railroad, party powder.
The kids on the streets also call it Snow Day.
Or Emelan gold. For the plateau on which most of the world's supply is grown and harvested, typically by slave labor.
Sinus salt, the white knight.
Can't see, for its popularity among the aristocratic class of the prior century.
Along with a number of more banal street names. Blow, of course, but also flake, powder, pearl. Really, anything that's white will work. He's talking about cocaine.
Oh, you mean cocaine.
Shit yeah, tequila. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
He gives you a comradely bump on the shoulder as a couple milliliters of booze slosh out of his bottle. What happened to him?
You've got to understand, the work this guy was doing was so high concept that regular amounts of cocaine just weren't cutting it. By the end, they were bringing it in by the lorry load. Now, as you might imagine, snorting that much cocaine can't be healthy for a regular human, right?
Right. Wrong. Do it all the time.
All the time?
All day, baby.
Hey, tequila, pay attention. The story goes that one day he was balls deep in work on what he thought would be his pièce de résistance, an advert so minimal it contained neither text nor images, just pure white. Apparently the idea was too high concept even for this genius. He dropped dead right at his desk before he could finish. His last words are recorded to have been, "It's as white as a blizzard of cocaine."
What a loss for the world of design. What a stupid fucking idea. Say nothing. Oh, what a loss for the world of design.
I know, tequila. I know.
He takes a swig, considers pouring some out of his lost genius, then thinks better of it.
But the story doesn't end there. Supposedly, when they performed the autopsy, the coroner discovered nearly a quarter kilo of coke jammed into his nasal cavity.
That's almost certainly anatomically impossible. Wrong again, nerd. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. 250 grams of blow had accumulated in there over the years. We're talking high-grade Saramaritsian pure. Not that cut-rate shit your grandma does. There are those who believe the designer was buried with this quarter key of nose candy still lodged in his sinuses. That's what those expeditions are looking for.
They didn't take it out as part of the autopsy?
The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull. A skull filled with cocaine. The cocaine skull.
The cocaine skull.
Wow. And why do people think the skull is here in Martinez? Let's say wow.
No. Wow.
Why do people think the skull is here in Martinez?
Here's the kicker. This designer, this lead designer of a world-famous design studio, was born in Martinez. A local boy, Martin Martinez.
Very imaginative.
That's why he brought his studio here, back to where it all began. And that's why they buried him here, too. Perhaps right under Ab's pipe there.
He points to the pipe.
Or probably further down the coast, or in some yard in Martinez proper. A hidden mausoleum, no one knows exactly.
At the very top of the map, there is that door that has a red check on it.
No, my grandma always told me his grave lay somewhere on the islets on the bay.
This is ludicrous and physically impossible. Sinuses can contain that amount of anything.
Yeah, but it's a nice story.
My only question is, where does one get a shovel?
What do these expeditions plan to do with it? Rosemary, you said something about islets. What did you learn from the other expeditions? What do they plan to do with it?
The archaeologists say they want to put it in a museum, the gangsters say they want to sell it on the black market, and the ad agency guys say they're seeking inspiration.
Bullshit. They just want to snort it. But you could beat them to it, Harry. You could snort the magic skull cocaine instead.
I'm pretty sure they all just want to snort it, though.
Mm-hmm.
And why wouldn't they, eh? Sounds like right strong stuff.
Rosemary, you said something about islets.
Don't listen to him or his grandma. He's just making things up.
No, my grandma told me. I've heard other people say it too. That it's underwater. Or no, maybe it was the storm sewers.
Or maybe it's in the air. Or in an ancient state pyramid offshore.
In a pyramid? Now that would be something.
What have you learned from the other expeditions?
They're pretty vague about it in general. The gangsters like to claim they're looking for the grave of a friend, with picks and shovels. The archaeologists act all official about it, saying they're conducting serious research. Honestly, I think they're not really scientists, just rich. The junkies, for some reason, are pretty upfront about it. They just say they're looking to snort some blow out of a dead man's nasal cavity.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be upfront about it?
Honest men on an honest quest. You should join them.
By now, I'd say I know about as much about it as anyone on the coast.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let's go find it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on just a minute. Finding it right now is literally impossible.
What?
Why?
For one, the way is blocked by that big lorry that says Delta Logistics Company on the side. You definitely have to search the area behind that lorry too, yet it is impassable. And second, outfitting an expedition like that is expensive. It'd have to be a big production to do the cocaine skull justice. You need new gear, people who know what they're doing, all kinds of provisions. It's just not feasible within the economic and temporal frame of our current setup. Matter of fact, unless a bunch of money just falls out of the sky, we might never know what's up with that skull.
So we need money to fall from the sky.
I have to agree. We barely have what we need to solve the case we've got now. We can't afford to run around chasing after quasi-mythical pieces of drug paraphernalia. Besides, it would look extremely bad for the RCM to be caught up in something that has the word cocaine writ large on it. The PR is tricky on this.
Ah, damn, that's too bad.
Wait. Maybe there's another way. Maybe up around the coast. Don't give up now.
Yeah, well, that's the reality situation for you. Who knows, though? Maybe someday we'll get our chance.
Are there any more stories you can tell?
Not that I can think of, currently.
I guess that makes sense. You have been drinking a lot.
That might be the case. Yes.
Alright, be seeing you. And I believe, yes, he took all of the uses left. So.
The legend returns. You know.
Let's have some pills now.
Captain.
And that'll do, because I got some real for a dialogue option somewhere. And yeah, so how many did I actually get from buying that? 10. Oh, okay. Well, that works out quite nicely then. Okay, so let's see. We're just going to do a little bit of wandering around the top of the coast because we're here. Not that I'll think that we'll actually find anything. I don't think there's really anything else to do in the church area. So it is literally just a go up and around kind of situation. I'll check this trap just because I'm here.
Just dead and dying locusts and the slow swaying of surrounding reeds.
Yep. Because the first trap we checked was the original one that Kuno stole the locust from, there wasn't going to be anything else in the others. So that's another trap.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. The rest are piled in a heap in the corner, dead. No phasmid anywhere.
Yep. This is where we originally saw Gary and Morel. And I'm fully expecting that Gary and Morel are now, and Lena actually, are now removed from the game because there's no reason for them to come back. That's fine. Go down this way. And there's the last trap.
The trap is filled with dead and dying locusts. Most of them aren't moving anymore. You still can't see a phasmid anywhere.
And that's that. I suppose it makes sense that we are kind of running out of things to do on a day-by-day basis. Like, we have our list of tasks, and we are time-limited on quite a few. So this is 10 o'clock. The smoker's at 9. I have no idea how long it takes for the armor. Yeah, there's not really anything else we can do. I mean, Titus authority stuff just doesn't work. The finding the gun will hopefully be resolved by talking to the pigs.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I've been dealing with Everett again.
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say.
He asked me to deliver an envelope.
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it?
To a nameless settlement down the coast nearby.
Ah, yes. I've been meaning to go there.
He wants to build a youth centre here for the children of Martinez.
A youth centre with Edgar Clare's statue on top of it.
Her eyes run across the water remorsefully.
Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
You said you can't buy the place.
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
She is more defensive about it than usual.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information?
Hoping to find the gun?
Oh.
The lieutenant looks. He's able to contain the anger and surprise.
And conventional police officers.
Incredible.
Oh yeah, we already said this.
Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
Almost ready to be
Did
found.
he now?
Perhaps he is.
Yeah.
Of course, Detective.
I guess
You can
there's
always
nothing
drop
we can really do. There he is. Okay. Hello, sir.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
We found a key hidden under a stone. Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me.
As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for, yes. Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up. I'm not going to make things just right, I'm going to make them spectacular. I was hoping to talk to a possible witness. Your balcony overlooks the murder scene. Honestly, I'm just trying to not screw anything up.
Beautiful.
A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
He nods towards door 28. By the way, I'm really digging the view here. Point to the city skyline.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
I guess, yeah.
Wait. Suddenly you are digging things?
Why do I want to meet your friend?
Trust me. You do.
Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
Okay.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
Run where?
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Run where?
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
Okay, we didn't really get much out of him. But we got 70 XP. Now we need to interview the Sunday friend.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
He's always leaving. Why is he always leaving, Kim?
Who knows, detective? It's a mystery.
There's something so different about him I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
His shirt. Why is his shirt always unbuttoned? He's such a good listener. I like talking to him. There's something so mysterious about the way he talks and moves. He smells good. Why on earth does he smell good? There's something so mysterious about him.
Something so mysterious about the way he talks.
Very mysterious.
Very.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
He nods at the apartment door before you. Alright, well, let's go inside. Alright, let's do some snooping. A quarterly business magazine. An empty ashtray. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Samaran conical hat. Okay. +1 logic. Super logical for a cop to wear this. -1 suggestion. Incentive bachelor party vibes. This tawny cone-shaped hat looks like a beacon of Samaran wisdom. Its straws sticking up like antennas. Thank God you can't really see people's reactions when you see you strolling around this incredibly insensitive headpiece. Alright, where's he got it? So what's on the wall? An old photo of the same apartment dated year 01. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. Party Dragon's silk robe. +1 drama, become the dragon. +1 electrochemistry, become an addict in a strange bathing robe. This sleazy, silking bathing robe in vibrant blues features a roaring dragon on its front, ready to take off into the night. A red belt has been provided for fastening. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Seoul. The real Seoulites probably don't care. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to see because, again, we've still got the bug of it not showing up properly, so I'll take it off for now because I don't know whether that will cause issues with the guy I'm about to talk to. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot.
I don't know about how innocuous it'll be, suggestion.
Yeah, let's fuck with him. Who does he think he is? Assisting you?
Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy. Before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from. We'll get to that right after you tell me the story about the black Samaran hat. Get down to business. Hello, Mr. Vildrouin. Let's get started. Let's ask about the silk robe.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony.
What was that? You were supposed to fuck with him, not compliment the decor.
Yeah, none of those options were.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
Okay. You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
The man gives a solemn nod. Turn to Lieutenant. This is just the break we've been looking for. Is it because you did it, Mr. Vildrouin? Start from the beginning if you don't mind. This is just a break.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Okay. Start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
Who were they? Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez.
He pauses, looking for the right wording.
Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Were any of them huge, like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
What happened next?
I went back inside.
Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing.
I mean, yeah, and that's what a normal person should do, is keep themselves safe from potentially being caught in the crossfire.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
Are you sure at least one of them wasn't a woman?
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember.
What ethnicity were they?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
What happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
No gunshots. But we know the body was shot. So... were they arguing amongst themselves with an already dead body? Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
Let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
It seems this wasn't the break you were hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have everything we need. Thank you for talking to us, Mr. Villedroit.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM.